Sup dudes, welcome back to a brand new video, and today is a little bit of a different one. I am currently kind of just being a little bit more quieter because it is very late at night and I don't want to like speak up too loud. But this thing is absolutely awesome and I had to talk about him as soon as I could. And this is the fully repainted Art the Clown figure. You may have seen me post like 3, maybe 4. By the time you're watching this, it's been 3 posts, but I might do another one, just doing a photo shoot and stuff. And if you've already seen the review, which was currently Monday, I loved this figure so much, and I just had to repaint him. And this is what happened. This is the entire figure. So a lot has changed with him. And some of them are very noticeable, and I really do want to get into this thing. So this is basically kind of a second review, but I'm putting it into the category of vlog because, you know, I guess it can be considered a vlog. But I am so proud of this thing that I am just absolutely amazed on how he turned out. This is probably one of the best custom figures that I have ever done before, and yeah, I definitely wanted to show it to you guys as soon as I could. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. It's been 2 days. It's been a 2-day process. Small little things on the first day, and when I had off, I spent my entire off day working on this guy. It was like 9 in the morning when I started him, and I didn't finish him till probably like 7 or 8 at night. It was a long process that I had to go through for this guy, and I think it turned out beautifully. One of the best customs I've done before. And if you guys remember that I did do like I guess like a figure ranking, I guess, kind of like best figure of the year. He's gonna be up there. I don't know where he's gonna be put, but he's gonna be up there. So definitely see him again at the end of the year. He's also going to get a 3rd video. I'm making sure that he gets a 3rd video. Mainly just talking about if I get a stand-in for Christmas, because that's on like my top of the list. I want a Terrifier stand. So whenever I get that in, if I get it in, I want to talk about it. So yeah, Art's going to get 3 videos to his name, and I am so excited to actually, you know, talk about this guy again. And yeah, this is such an awesome figure. So I kind of want to start off with more of the boring parts first, and then like lead up to the best part, which is that head sculpt. That head sculpt is beautiful. One of the best head sculpts I've ever painted before. So we're going to get into kind of the stuff that I kind of felt like needed to happen, and that was mainly with the suit. Very minor changes, really nothing too interesting. We'll move on to the gloves, the little bit of accessories, and then we'll move on to the beautiful head sculpt. And I really hope you guys watch it all the way through, because the head sculpt is amazingly done. Even if you kind of skip to it, I think this is like one of the best head sculpts I have like ever painted before. But I really hope you guys enjoy this one. Art has just been I don't know, he's been an icon to me. He's a horror icon. I absolutely love this guy, and this is just such a nice little this was a fun project to work on, and definitely would like to know your opinions on how I did with this guy. And yeah, that's pretty much all we're going to talk about right now. So what we're going to do is we're kind of going to look at the body a little bit, and then explain kind of the simple things that I did. So like I said, body first, so we pretty much took the hands off and the head off as well. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys just very simple stuff. It's not going to take that long, hopefully. But what I did do with the actual body is I did kind of glue down the collar part. In the review, I did talk about, I think I talked about, honestly, when I do reviews, I don't really think about what I talk about. I'm just kind of in the moment. I don't have any scripts set up. I just kind of, you know, I talk from the heart, I guess, you know what I mean? I usually just talk. So I believe I did mention that the collar stuck up a little too much, and it should be like placed down. And that's pretty much what I did. I super glued just tiny little dots here. I think there's one in the back here as well, and some other little dots just like here, mainly on the front too. And just to keep the collar down so it doesn't poof up too much. And that was kind of like the biggest thing that I did with the figure and with the outfit itself. Nothing really too new with the outfit. I really do like the outfit. After having the figure for, I don't know, it hasn't been that long, but it's still been a while that I can just kind of feel what I like and what I really don't like. So far my opinion has been the same. Nothing else has changed. Nothing has been like, well, maybe I should have talked about this or this. Pretty much everything is the same. I would say that the outfit is a little too, it's not cheap, it just feels like not as high quality, I guess. But I think the costume's awesome. I think it's just like that little nitpick. Another little nitpick was these little joints here, which is another thing that I kind of fixed. They popped off way too easily. But I also did do my own mistake with these things as well, but it's not like a big mistake. So what I did was, because they kept popping out too easily for me, and I just decided to put a dab of glue just inside the joint itself, leave it to dry completely, and then put the actual pegs in, which worked. It really did work, but now it's like super tight. And this peg doesn't really want to go in all the way. And I tried scraping the most of the glue out just to make me see if there's glue in the way or something. And I did do that. And yeah, that's pretty much didn't work out too well. But yeah, it's just a minor thing. It probably would bother a lot of people if that happened, but it doesn't matter for me. And as you can see, I can try like my best to push it on in, and it does go in, but it just doesn't go in as smoothly as it used to, and that's just kind of on me. But that was kind of a thing I wanted to fix because it was too loose, and it is pretty solid now, so I think that's pretty nice. Another thing that I did do is I really wanted the body to kind of naturally kind of fall down, and I've seen some people do some things to their outfits, but I thought the best thing to do was to kind of glue the bottoms of the pant legs and just kind of pull them down a little bit, glue them to the actual boot, and now it kind of falls perfectly. You do kind of like gotta fiddle with it just like maybe a second or two, but it makes it actually flow down a little bit more, and I actually really do like that. But yeah, that was pretty much the only things that I did with the suit itself. The clown shoes are pretty much the same. Everything else is nothing changed. I just did those simple little details, those simple little, I guess, updates, and I think that works really well. Again, just little dabs of glue here, kind of tightened up the joints, but honestly, you don't have to do that. I think that's not even necessary. And I just kind of glued the bottoms of the legs to the feet just so it kind of flows down a little bit better, and I think it does look really nice. It does look a lot more baggier than it used to. And speaking of bags, we do have some new stuff to talk about. So the first thing I want to talk about is the actual garbage bag itself. I just kind of ripped apart a slice of like garbage bag, filled it in with like excess garbage bag, just like pieces, just filled it on in here just to make it look a little more like there's stuff inside of it. Kind of glued the actual bag together, and yeah, we got a garbage bag now with some blood stains and a lot of dirt on it. I do think I should have added something a little more heavier to it, but I think this works out pretty nicely, and you can hold it too, so I think that's really cool. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. I do think I should do a second one. I might not use glue this time, but this is kind of just a prototype for right now. So probably when you see the third video of this figure, it'll be a lot better looking. So this is prototype number 1 of just a normal bag. Might not do as much as the blood stains as I did here, but I do like the dirt, so I'm going to be keeping that. And I do kind of like the darker, the more red looks here. I do like that. But yeah, we have a garbage bag for him, so I think that's really cool. What I did with the hacksaw, which in the review I kind of like struggled to figure out what the actual name to this thing is. I don't know why. But for the actual hacksaw, we do have some new stuff. Painting is pretty much the exact same, except for the actual blade itself. And I wanted the blade to look bloody, so I kind of just use basic paints. And the paint that I use for the blood, which I didn't use a lot of blood, I just kind of use like just for this. This is pretty much the blood that I used, which is pretty nice. I do like using it for blood. I do think that there's probably better options, but for me, I kind of like it. But yeah, it does look pretty nice. I do like the way it looks, and I wanted to add like some kind of chunks in there of like flesh and stuff, so I just kind of took a little bit of napkin and just kind of you know, put it on the sides here, and we got some other like pieces of napkin here, just like the strands of them, and it looks really gnarly looking. I think it does look pretty nice. Maybe a black wash over that would look better, but I think that does look pretty cool. So that's pretty much the only update I did with that. The other update I did is with the hands themselves. And the hands I wanted to be completely clean. I wanted a completely clean Art the Clown figure. And pretty much the figure itself was clean. He did have blood stains on his face and stuff, which I think they were going for the scene where he's staring down the sister in like the hotel. Because the paint, the blood on the face on the on that scene kind of matches with the figure too, so that's what I'm thinking they were going for. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It wasn't just like random paint splatters that they just randomly put in. It was kind of replicating that scene, or at least it was for me. That's how it kind of felt. But I wanted a completely clean Art the Clown, so I repainted the hands, and the hands were really fun to do. I never really did flesh tone before, so this was really cool to do. And if you remember in the review, there were some of the hands that actually didn't have the flesh tone. It was just gray. So yeah, that didn't look the greatest. So I did go in there and I, you know, redid the fingers and stuff. Really did like it. I used kind of just like a tan, kind of tan acrylic, I guess you can say. Kind of a flesh tone acrylic. And then I added in some watered down brown, and just to get into the nails and stuff to make it look a little bit better. I think that does look really cool. I also repainted the buttons again, and the bottoms of the hands don't look the greatest. I do like the tops more, but yeah, I think it does look really, really nice. And even the bottoms do look pretty decent too. It just makes it look like he was, it's just completely dirty. I also repainted this hand as well. Also repainted the scalpel too. It's more of a gunmetal gray instead of, you know, normal silver like they had before. And of course we have this hand as well. It does have a little bit of blood on it still, but honestly I don't really mind too much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I used just basic white paint and just tried to get it in there as much as I could. And yeah, that's basically all I did with the hands, really. And I'm pretty happy with them. I know in the first movie, they're more of a kind of gray look to them, but I like the look for Terrifier 2 a lot more than I do 1. So there's a scene where he's like at the little, you know, he's doing like it's like the nightmare sequence of our main character, and she's like thinking about I'm really like blanking on what that scene is, but you know, he comes out of the little I guess it's like the vendor thing, and it's before he mows everyone down with a Tommy gun. And I noticed that his gloves were pretty white, so I wanted to just have that because I do like the white better than the basic gray. So yeah, that's pretty much what I went for here, and I think they turned out pretty nicely, and I'm pretty happy with it too. I think that's pretty much all that matters. As long as, you know, you're happy with your custom, then there's really, you know, I think you're pretty much in the clear. And I used kind of a matte clear spray just to kind of make sure that it doesn't chip as easy. So yeah, I think that these came out very nicely. I really do like the way they look. So yeah, that's pretty much all of his little accessories. Now, let's get on to the actual main event, the head. So I think you can kind of tell that I really preferred Terrifier 2 over the first movie, because the teeth are not as red as they were in the first movie. But this is just fantastic. This is basically what took up the entire day of customizing, just trying to get it as good as I can get it. And I am so happy with how it came out. The first thing I did was actually do the skin tone first. I wanted to just repaint the actual face first. So I went with just a basic white acrylic and painted up the face a little bit, fixed up anything that I messed up with the black, and you know, did what I could with there. I think there's like a little strand of something there. I think it was like a kind of a dust bunny or something. But yeah, I think that this just turned out really, really awesome. So pretty much after I did that, I painted the little dot on the nose. That's the kind of main black part or black makeup of the face that I did. I really wanted to just get that nose a little bit more centered. It's still not perfect, but I like it a lot better than where it was. And I think it does look really nice, and I made it pretty much a perfect circle, so I'm pretty happy about that. So for the teeth themselves, the teeth I think were like the last thing I did. But yeah, they pretty much turned out as good as I can get it. It does look a little weird like that, but they turned out as really good as I can get them. I really do like the I don't know, there's just something, it's just very dull in colors, but I used a lot of different types of colors. I started off with just doing red, and I thought that just didn't look too, that's not really what I wanted. So I mixed it up with a little bit of like pink for the gums. Then I started adding in white for the teeth, and then I went back to black, kind of messed it up, then had to redo it again and again and again until I got this, and I'm so happy with how this came out. And then I mixed in, after it completely dried, I used a gloss clear spray paint, and I just took a brush and I just used it into the teeth and stuff just to give it that glossy look, and I love how it came out. And it is definitely a fun part to do, and definitely think it really works. I really do like the look of the teeth, and again, I love the look for the second Terrifier more than the first. There's just something about that look that really, really, you know, I just love. And definitely one of the things that inspired me to kind of do the second look is the eyes. And the eyes, we're going to try to get as close as we can here, because these eyes are probably the best eyes that I have ever done before. And I hate doing eyes, but I'm really trying to get as good as a look as I can get, because they look so awesome. I love how they look, and they just look so real too. Definitely off camera, I will say it looks so much better, but jeez Louise, I think that's just beautiful. But the first thing I did was just kind of add in, I guess we'll use Art's hand here. I added in red along the sides here, 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 and here. And it does look a little weird on camera, but I assure you, in person, it looks awesome. So I started off with doing that. Then I was like, I want to try and do eyes. I really want to try and do the eyes. So I mixed in just black and white to get a nice gray color. kind of a dark gray, and I tried my best to go around the eyes, and I think it turned out perfectly. I hope I can get like an image of it, but I will say in person, this thing looks so lifelike. The eyes just bring it out so much, especially with the coloring of them, and it just looks so creepy. I really love the way it looks, and I think this is probably like the best view you can get of it. But you could definitely see that it just looks so alive, and I love the eyes. The eyes just made everything to me, and they just look so cool. I definitely love how they came out, and it just really pops with the actual head sculpt and stuff. But yeah, that was like the best part I did with this figure. Also repainted the kind of the black makeup as well, just around the lips, eyes, and the kind of painted on eyebrows. Repainted all of that. Some of it really in the inside of the eyes I didn't do, but kind of like the stripes here and kind of all the way around the mouth and stuff and the eyebrows I had to redo because I kept messing it up. So I think it turned out pretty nice. The hat itself I actually also repainted. I really wanted to get something different than just black, so I had black, and then I mixed in a kind of silver and just kind of really dotted it in there and kind of got this little texture, and I think it works out pretty nicely. I really do like it. It's all the way around the figure, so I do like that as well. And you can see I put a different type of color on the I guess the full headband all the way around his head in a very gray color, and I think that actually works. I know it's more white in the movie, but I think it does look pretty nice. I like the way it just kind of, it really makes the face pop even more, and I think it's just awesome. I think that this head sculpt is one of the best head sculpts that I have ever done. So for the head is completely finished. I am so just happy with how this came out, and I'm definitely proud of it. I am so happy with the way this looks, and I love the gloss look I have on him. I had to re-gloss the eyes too, because the paint that I used kind of deglossed it, and I also had to paint the matte finish on just to make sure it doesn't chip, or a better way to make it more chip resistant. So I sprayed that on, and it made the teeth and the eyes less glossy. So I decided to go in there with the paintbrush, do the teeth, and do the eyes in a gloss clear spray paint. And I think that was an awesome decision, because I think it looks so awesome. It's so creepy. I love the eyes. The eyes are so cool. One of the best eye paint jobs that I have ever done. So yeah, that is pretty much all I did with this figure. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. This has just been a fun project to work on. So yeah, that is the entire full repaint of Art the Clown. I had a blast making this figure, and I think it was so much fun to do. He's such a fun figure to handle. I definitely cannot wait to actually get the stand in, because I think that doing poses with him is a lot of fun too, especially finding new ways to actually pose him as well. And yeah, so pretty much be on the lookout for a new video with Art the Clown, and I definitely think that this is just a great figure, and I cannot wait to show you the stand that I am hopefully gonna pick up. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So I'm gonna leave you with a couple images that I'll probably be taking straight after this video, just kind of showing you the creepiness of this guy. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. I know it's a lot different, and I'm more stumbly on my words right now, but it is really late, and I just really wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This guy is so much fun to handle, and I do recommend giving him a full paint job. So yeah, I think that this is gonna be it. I hope you guys did enjoy. So have fun with looking at the pictures.